Hello, welcome to week 3, module 3, the encryption data and corporate responsibility assignment. This week we will be looking at what is encryption and how does it protect data on corporate servers. Also, how much responsibility does an industry have to protect your data, and how much of that responsibility lies with you. So let's first talk about what is encryption. Encryption is defined as achieving data security through the process of encoding data by making it unintelligible and jumbled. So basically, if someone were trying to hack into your computer system, all they would see would be a bunch of letters and numbers that did not make sense. So they would not actually be able to access your sensitive information. An encryption key is a unique assortment of algorithms, and they have the ability to scramble and unscramble data. In essence, unraveling the data and turning it back on to make it comprehensible. So, with that data that you are trying to secure, if I want to make it back secured again, then all I would have to do is enter the key or the passcode, if you will, and then it would be legible again. Usually the person that is encrypting the data will be in possession of the key that locks the data and will make replicas and give them to pertinent people that may need to have access. And that process is called public key cryptography. So that just gives an extra layer of protection to the data by only having certain people be able to have access to that key. So for the corporate level encryption options, you have the full disk encryption or the file level encryption that would be the most popular options to protect that data. For full disk encryption, the entire hard drive of the device and everything on it is protected by encryption. Laptops, USB devices, and even smartphones can be encrypted. And laptops and smartphones actually now have that native encryption capability built into those devices when you buy them. So also full disk encryption can only keep your stuff secure when it's on the device. If it happens to leave that device, then you will actually start seeing that information. So there are instances when that full disk encryption may not always work. For file level encryption, every file is individually protected. The data is protected when it is in transit or stored somewhere in the cloud. So that's the times that that you actually have access to that data, and they would be protected at that time. Now, file level encryption is harder to manage than full disk encryption. Whenever you want to access the data, you need the key. So for each and every document or file that you try to access, you will have to have that key in order to get into each individual file. And this would also require careful key management practices because, as we stated before, only the pertinent people would have access to the key. So each time you would need to go into a file, you would have to have that key. Corporate organizations across all industries should stop working under the notion of if and instead plan strategies around when a data breach could and would occur. Sensitive data management is an approach that combines people, process, and technology that's focused on data discovery, classification, security governance, and protection. And security or sensitive data management does comprise the use of data loss prevention technology. But as a whole, it is an extensive strategy to know basically who, what, when, where, why, and how. Who has access, what is at risk, when it's touched, where the data is, and how to protect it. Companies that don't take sensitive data management seriously could face compliance fines, legal costs, insurance premium hikes, lingering sales drops, increased IT costs, and inefficiency. So overall, it's in a company's best interest to go ahead and prepare and plan for taking responsibility for a data breach. But consumers also do have to share in the responsibility um, for data sensitivity. Um, they need to make sure that they're only providing information to reputable companies. They should take care to protect their sensitive data as much as possible, and they should actively monitor their own accounts and ensure that they have protection on their computers, and that their protection on their computers is up to date. This week's references, I use Feynman, McKercher, and Mercer Myers to pull information from. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to learning more on the next week.